That belongs to the camera. Move the camera. And zoom in and zoom out. So, like this. All you have to do is just move it really slowly. And make sure you're zooming. In other words, oh yeah. You just move it slowly. Yeah. The only thing that's going to change is when they go to give the award. They're going to be giving the award down here. So you have to move the camera from here down to the person getting the award. That makes sense. But then when you move back to the speaker, it's this big ring. See that big ring right there? That's the one you zoom in with. So you're going to zoom in to the speaker, and you want to make sure that the top of his head is at least like, I'm going to actually put this pointer right where his nose should be. And it'll focus on whatever's in that square. It'll auto-focus whatever's in that square. And then see how you can't see what's over there? So probably the only thing you're going to do is you're going to, whenever someone's done speaking, you're going to zoom out real slowly and then zoom back in again. And then, yeah. And just make sure when they go to give the awards, you zoom out slowly all the way and then move the camera down who's getting the award. And then if you want to, you can zoom in on them. Just kind of the rule is to always zoom out while moving the camera. You don't want to move the camera while you're doing it. It's like, yeah. So when there's like right now, so I'm just keeping it kind of on the cloud right now. It's not starting until 12 o'clock. And then at 12 o'clock, we'll move it straight back to the speaker. And just make sure that they're like a pinky. Make sure that their head is like 3 inches above their head. Oh, yeah. Let's do it. I'll just walk over here. It's a long way to walk. And I'm going to be putting up like the lower 1/3, like their names and stuff. Well, they're also saving it as a partner, so they have it for posterity.
But yeah, I don't need to move it right now.
As soon as somebody walks up to there, like they look like they're talking. And then you probably have to zoom out to the car. Where they want.
I'm not moving now.
Yeah. So right now, the stream is already started. Whatever you think is entertaining, whoever's most entertaining, just put it on them. So awesome. I got it. You're the reason I hired you. Oh yeah. No. You get half of whatever I get paid.
Everybody's head is stupid heads.
Good afternoon, everybody. We'd like to go ahead and get started here today. I'd like to welcome everybody out to our installation banquet and recognize a couple of guests here with us. We have Elizabeth Mendenhall, who is former president in 2018 of the NAR, and Kenny Parcell, who will be our 2023 president of the NAR. So let's give them a round of applause. And also, real quick before we get started, are there any past presidents for our board here? If they are, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. We're going to get started here. We'll just follow the program as it's laid out. Our invocation will be given by our 2017 past president, Jack Scott. Then we'll have the color guard by the Pineview High School Junior ROTC. The team is commanded by Cadet Ashley Olivas Pena, who is accompanied by Cadets Joseph Bornhooft. I hope I did not butcher that, I'm sorry. Jackson Carnahan and Andrew Threet. The team is coached by Major Don Richardson under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Brown. After that, we will have a trio to sing the Star Spangled Banner with Charlotte Patterson, Kaylin Patterson, and David Patterson. And we'll proceed to that point.
Heavenly Father, we're grateful for the opportunity we have today to join as a group of realtors. We ask you to bless everyone here today, that they may own up to the profession which they're in. We ask you, Lord, to bless the food that we are about to partake, that it will nourish and strengthen our bodies. We ask you to bless the speakers, that they will be able to say what's on their mind in a clear and discerning voice. We're grateful for the blessings that thou hast bestowed upon us, and we say this humbly in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Will you please stand?
stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. We're now going to get started with our lunch. We're going to take about 15 minutes and go ahead and eat, and then we will get back to the program. We'd like to thank Heritage Catering for catering our food today, and enjoy your food.
dress up right. It's time to raise the curtain on the Muppet Show tonight. Why do we always come here? I guess we'll never know. It's like a kind of torture to have to watch the show.
And now let's get things started. Why don't you get things started?
It's time to get them started. Most sensational, inspirational celebration.
Part I hate. No, we have to speak. Yeah, whatever. I hope everyone's been enjoying your meal. We're going to continue, especially when we do what we do, and that's helping people achieve the dream of home ownership. So I want to give you guys all a hand and thank you for all that you do. I really appreciate it. I was told not to cry, so I'll try not to. But it has been my humble pleasure to be your president. It's a responsibility that I did not take lightly, and I hope that I have represented this board in a manner that has made you proud. That if I've done that, then I succeeded, and that was probably my biggest goal. I want to thank the committees, and especially the committee chairs, for all their hard work, because when people come to me and they go, wow, you've done a great job, I haven't done anything. It's the committees, and it's the people that serve on the committees, and it's the members that have done everything. This is your board. It's not my board. And you guys have stepped up, and you guys are what makes it the board that it is, and the awesome board that it is. This year, yeah. And we saved the best for last. When Vardell came to me and he said that it was his time to go, I thought, how am I going to replace you? What am I going to do? And most of all, I thought, what am I going to say here today? And he's going to get mad at me because he does not like the attention, but that's one of the great things about Vardell. He does everything that he does with humility and integrity and honesty. I'm not going to go on, but I'm going to tell you that I knew how awesome Vardell was the first time I went up to a UAR meeting in Salt Lake, and I saw how much they kind of picked on him, and they would jab at him, and he wasn't there to defend himself, and I realized it's because he is so well respected. And that made me feel so proud, and I knew how awesome we had it down here with our AE. It has honestly been my pleasure to serve this year with you. And it is something that I will never forget. Because the great thing about Vardell is he makes you his friend. And I am so honored to say that I was last president to serve with Vardell Curtis. I was mad at him for leaving and putting the responsibility on me, but I am also grateful for it. And Vardell, it has been a pleasure. We want you to know that we love you, that he has always, I want you guys to know that every decision he has ever made has been for you, has been for your benefit. And I have heard people question things at times, and to them I say, you're wrong. He has never done anything unless it was in your best interest, and I will never, ever go back on that. So, Vardell, we want you to know we love you, and we hope you enjoy your retirement. we got you a little something here as you travel away. And I'm not going to pressure him, but if you would like to say a few words, I would love to hear him. All right. Hard part's over. I'll dry my eyes, wipe my nose, and let's get on with some recognitions here. First of all, we'd like to recognize the 2021 NAR RPAC Hall of Fame. And there's 3 people. And if they are here, we'd ask them to please stand. Lori Chapman, Cold War Banker Premier. Mary Crandall at Summit Sotheby's South, and Vardell Curtis, our CEO. And to sound like a broken record, we'd like to recognize the 2021 President's Circle RPAC recognition, Lori Chapman, Mary Crandall, and Vardell Curtis. And then we'd like to recognize the 2021 Platinum RPAC recognition, which is our CEO, Vardell Curtis. Golden RPAC recognition for 2021 is Lori Chapman and Mary Crandall again. Thank you. Now let's move on to the Sterlings. 2021 Sterling RPAC recognition. D. Amick, ERA Brokers. Brittany Dell, Coldwell Banker. Dave Ellis, Ellis & Company Real Estate. Shannon Gardner, Remax Associates. Bill Hobson, BHHS Utah Property, St. George. Alan Holland, Red Rock Real Estate. Boyd Livingston, Coldwell Banker Premier. Chantel Markel, Markel Realty Group. Julie Millett, KW St. George, Keller Williams Realty. Sam Sampson, Coldwell Banker Premier. Steve Stout, Guild Mortgage. And Mike Visser, Coldwell Banker Premier. If you're all here, you can stand real quick. Yes, sir. All right. Just so you guys know that the Sterlings, that's a $1,000 donation by each person. And that's not something you write off. It's not something, it's just something we do because it's for the good of our industry. So again, let's give them a round of applause and recognize them. Thank you. The 2021 C2EX RPAC recognition, Deborah Carlisle at iPro Realty Network, Mary Crandall, Summit Sotheby's South, Vardell Curtis, WCBR CEO, Brittany Dell, Coldwell Banker Premier, Becky Ellis, Utah Key Real Estate, Boyd Livingston, Coldwell Banker Premier, Chantel Markel, Markel Realty Group, Dale Morrison, Cairo, Brian Palmer, Equity Real Estate, Shelby Palmer, Equity Real Estate, Holly Riggins, Realty One Goldmark, and Michelle West, Utah Key Real Estate, St. George. Now we're going to recognize our outgoing board of directors and our committees, and I'm going to turn the time over to Dave, and he'll walk us through that.
All right, as Dee said, we're going to take some time to recognize all those members of our board that have served us in director positions as well as on all of our committees. So let's start with our directors. If you're here, guys, girls, come up and we'll have a little photo op and plaque for each of you. So starting with, let me find it here, our past president, Chantel Markel. Chantel's on a cruise, so wish I was. Chantel's just so committed and she's been awesome, so we'd like to recognize Chantel. Next, outgoing director, Mr. Cade Entz. Keller Williams Realty. Thanks, Cade. Outgoing Director Alan Holland with one and only Red Rock. All right, and last, and we all know, not least, Jenny Miller. Thanks, Jenny. Okay, so with the committees, I'm going to go ahead and recognize the chair of each committee, and as I recognize each chair, if you're here, please come up for another photo op, and as you're coming up, I'll read through the names of the members of each committee. The affiliate committee was chaired by Doug Cook with NRL Mortgage. Doug's just done an awesome job with the affiliate committee. Members on the committee, Heather, if you're here, go ahead and stand up. You don't need to come up if you're members, but go ahead and stand up so we can recognize you if you're here. Heather Bell with Elevate Home Warranty.
Go, Heather.
Chris Bankson, Safari Hospitality. Rich Cordova, Patriot Home Mortgage. Shane Egan, Hometown Lending. Rich Harmon, Tropical Fiberglass Pools and Spas. Aaron Johnson with EXP Realty Southern Utah. Justin Jones, InWest Title. Jennifer Miller, ERA Brokers. AJ Molina, Intercap Lending. Elizabeth Thompson, Bay Equity. All right, thank you. Community Relations Committee was chaired by Rita Spears with Markel Realty Group. Rita. Thanks, Rita. Members of the committee, Jamie Egbert with iPro. McCrae Hepler, Eaglegate. Melinda Horton, Stratum Real Estate Group. David Johnson with Backman Title, also Spring Johnson with Backman. Brent Miner served on the committee, and we'll recognize the passing of our friend Brent. Thanks, Rita. Thanks, you guys that were involved in that committee. We appreciate it. I apologize. I didn't realize that committee spilled to the next column. I'd also like to recognize Dan Paulson with Mountain View Title, Kevin Peterson, Utah Luxury Homes, and Marjorie Russell with Coldwell Banker. Okay, Education Committee. We'll try to run through these. Chair is Marjorie Russell. Marjorie stepped in as chair a good deal of the way through the year, and she just did an awesome job. We really appreciate you, Marjorie. Also on this committee, Heather Bell.
Hey, Heather.
With Elevate, Doug Cook, Leader One Financial. Melody Finlinson, iPro Realty Network. Justin Jones, InWest Title. Amy Larson with Exit. Kathy Nilsson, Red Rock. Paula Pitcher with Realty Path, St. George. Rhett Smith, Outland. Kara Street with KW. Elizabeth Thompson, Bay Equity. And Dan Zufelt with EXP Realty. Thanks a lot, guys. All right. Governmental Affairs Committee was chaired by Alex Cornwall at Century 21. Alex? No, Alex. Thank you, Alex. Cami Edsberg with iPro Realty served on this committee, as well as Bill Hobson at Berkshire Hathaway, Jeremy Lamp, Realty One Goldmark, Chantel Markel Realty Group, Jesse Marsh with iPro, Angie Park, Century 21, Dan Paulson with Mountain View, Jace Shepard, Century 21, Steve Stout with Guild Mortgage, Mike Visser, Coldwell Banker. Thanks, guys. All right, the MLS committee, busy committee, and our Sue Gatchell. Sue, are you here? Sue Gatchell chaired that committee. She's with Red Rock. Zach Christiansen with Red Rock served on that committee. Mary Crandall with Summit Sotheby's. Mary's here, right? Hey, Mary. Joanne Gear, also with Summit Sotheby's. Rachel Henderson with Henderson Real Estate. Brian Hickman, Realty Executives. Ron Lemon at ERA Brokers. Cody Pitcher, Coldwell Banker, Premier. Bob Richards with Berkshire Hathaway. Tammy Richardson at Red Rock. And Paul Tangeran, also with Red Rock. Okay, Programs and Socials Committee. These guys did an amazing job this year at planning all of our events, our luncheons, our Red Rock retreat, all the golf fundraiser. They were busy and they did a phenomenal job. This committee was chaired by Cami Edsberg. Cami, rave reviews from your leadership on this committee. Thank you very much. Darren Chase served on this committee. He's with Darren Chase Photography, as well as Del Feta, Prime Real Estate Experts, Tamara Foster, American Heritage, Amy Larson, Exit, Austin Lund, National Property Inspections, Wendy Pickard, Red Rock, Chris Pilkey, Terra Title, Paula Pitcher, Realty Path, Carrie Webster with iPro Realty, Elizabeth Thompson at Bay Equity, Dennis Tyler, Fairway Mortgage, Mike White with Golden West Credit Union, Kim Kinder Young at Realty Path. We're getting close. Public Relations Committee was chaired by Shauna Evans at Coldwell Banker Premier. Shauna, here. Shauna's solo on that committee as the chair. And then with the Technology Committee, our brother, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, thank you, Joe. Thank you. Brother Joe, over there in the corner, serves as a chair for the Technology Committee. Joe, we appreciate all you do. Thank you. Thanks, Joe. Lastly, the Tour Committee, who so diligently kept things on track through Zoom and COVID crap. We're very happy to be past that and actually meeting in person. So we really want to thank Kaylin Patterson for being such a stalwart, and also serving with Kaylin on the tour committee was Cassie Anderson with eCore Premier. Cassie, thanks a lot, guys. All right, that is a wrap.
Okay, I believe, yes, we're going to now install our new board. Yeah, why don't you sit down? Sorry, my bad. We're going to install our new board of directors. Real quick, wanted to tell you we had, like I said before, we have two special guests here today. The first is Elizabeth. Elizabeth Mendenhall was president in 2018 of the National Association of Realtors. She's from Columbia, Missouri, sixth generation realtor. Nice. And she's the CEO for Remax Boone Realty, and she's been in the business for more than 20 years. Okay, let's give her a round of applause again. And then let me introduce the man who will be putting in the new board and our new president, our new board of directors, Kenny Parcell. We all know Kenny. Kenny is a native of Utah, and we appreciate him. He's going to be our 2023? 2023, it said 22 on here, so I want to make sure. 2023 president of the NAR. He's from Spanish Fork. He's a broker owner of Equity Real Estate Utah and has sold more than 3,000 homes during his 24-year career. At the national level, Kenny served as NAR's vice president of governmental affairs in 2018. He is the Realtor Party RPAC fundraising liaison in 2017, regional vice president for Region 11 in 2016, and Realtor Party director in 2015. Kenny was also the Realtor Party member involvement liaison in 2013 and the information communication and business development liaison in 2020. He's about to make me stop, and I knew he was going to, and that's how far I was going to go. So it's my pleasure to introduce to you Kenny Parcell.
Thanks, brother. So it's, thank you. It's an honor to be here. I love it when my mom writes this stuff and sends it to you all. So thanks for reading it word for word. It's too funny. It's, y'all are special people doing special things. It's been a long time since I've been here, and so thank you for taking time away from your business and your family to come to this special moment in time. There's about 1,000,055 members of the National Association of Realtors that are like all of you across the country. There's 1,100 local boards within our association. I'm super grateful for Emily Merkley. I don't know out of those 1,100 that you could have found a better pick for the Washington County, and so Emily, thank you. There is not a more nervous person on this stage right now than that man right over there. And so he should be. I've known Vardell for several years, and it's just been an incredible friendship with him. We have a place over there by Desert Hills, and when we'd be down, we'd always like to teach our kids to do a little bit of service, and so we had figured, since Vardell was a little older than we were, that we'd go over and try to maybe do a little yard work. And it wasn't uncommon for my son to be over there leaning against the shovel, and as I was getting on him to, you know, pick up the shovel and do something, that I would have to get after Vardell to stop leaning on the shovel and do something as well. But there's two stories that I could share, but I'll only share one because I want to be brief. There was one time in New Orleans where he just kept on my case. A long time ago, I had a lot of hair and I had broad shoulders, and I played safety for Brigham Young University, and he kept wanting to do a foot race, a 40-yard foot race, and I kept saying, no, I don't want a foot race. That was several years ago, and finally he coerced me enough with several others, and so that we lined the streets of this little back alley of New Orleans, and I raced Vardell, and I'll let him tell you what happened, but in a 40 yards, I might have beaten him by 30. But that's not the story I want to share, Vardell. The story is, as you know, he's an avid Harley rider, and I wanted to buy a Harley way back when. I think it was 2009, in fact, and so he kind of coached me up, and I bought a Harley, and I was so excited. It was wintertime up in Utah County, and so I trailered my bike down, and he says, I'm going to get a few of my buddies together, and we'll go ride over to Mesquite and have lunch and ride back. And it had been a while since I've ridden a motorcycle, since high school, and so I kind of got geared up and met over at the Albertsons parking lot, and when he said a few friends, I thought a few friends, and out of nowhere, before I knew it, I was surrounded by 70 different bikes that looked like the Hells Angels. And you probably know many of them, and many of them are probably members of this board. And I was scared to death, and I said, look, I've never ridden in such a pack. And he goes, don't worry, just stay in the middle, and just don't get past. And so we took off, and we hopped on the road to wherever we were going. And I I was so scared, and people started coming up next to me like they were whipping a pony as they were passing me. And they kept passing me. And Vardell, my best friend that was supposed to, coddle me or anything, he was so long gone. And nobody, I was the only one out of the 70 wearing a helmet. And we pulled into, I swear to you, I was so far behind the pack, but we pulled into Mesquite, and as you know, Nevada's a helmet law state. Well, these yahoos, nobody was wearing a helmet. And so what would you do, a new biker, with 69 others, and when there's 4 cop cars with their sirens going, trying to pull them over, all 70 of us. And so I kind of pulled off the side, and they didn't want me because I was obeying the law. And I get up there, and they all pull over. Well, I didn't know where we were going, so I was forced to pull over. And there was Vardell with the law enforcement officer trying to talk his way out of getting a ticket for not wearing a helmet. And so this whole time, ever since then, my head has been on a swivel when I've been with Vardell, looking for the cops, because they find him and they surround him. But he has been nothing but a realtor champion, and it's like your leadership said, he has been everything about the realtor for several years. And I just hope that you appreciate all the good things that he's done and cared, and hopefully the cops haven't been at the Washington board recently. But in the motorcycle world, at the bottom of your bike, you always have like what's called a gremlin bell. And the gremlin bell is supposed to ward off road gremlins, supposed to give you good fortune. And Vardell has several bikes in his garage. But I don't know if he has one that has the Realtor R on it, and on the back side that says thank you. So I hope you find a place in your truck, Vardell. Come give me a hug. Try to go the speed limit. I'm also honored to share that I am also wearing the Curtis tie today in the honor of Vardell. So with COVID, I think we've all forgotten kindness. I think we've forgotten to see people. And so I always like to start a meeting with just an attribute that I appreciate about your leadership, and I'd like to do that now. D is fearless. Joe, easygoing. Mike Visser, his heart. Jer, our future. Tammy, talent. Steve, driven. Jill, generous. Jody, kindness. Jack Scott, he's humble. Lori Chapman is consistency. Vardell Curtis is friendship. Cindy Curtis, our favorite Curtis. Just kidding. Cindy Curtis is patient. One of my best friends, Elizabeth Mendenhall, she's smart. Claudia Ashby, she's a legend. Mary Crandall, her smile. Donna Smith, she's a boat captain. And President Dave, his structure. I just think that everybody always is hard on people and hard on themselves, so you all have attributes that I didn't take the time to tell you, but thank you for your membership. Thanks for serving our community. We all lift where we stand. We're all just in the same boat. We're just trying to do better and be a little bit better today than we were yesterday and better tomorrow than today. And so when you're dealing with that new agent that doesn't know what they're doing, remember to be kind. We were all there once. And if you're one of the older agents, be kind. It's okay, because our membership is important. And so with that, I would like to ask those that are here to come stand in front. Dee, Joe, Mike, Jer, Tammy, Steve, Jill, and Jody. If you'll come stand and we'll get you sworn in. This is an impressive group. Dave, you're still sitting in the hot seat for a minute. Yeah. He said, do you know this mic? I do need that mic. So to this group, I would exhort you and counsel you, the more you give, the more you get. There's not been a more person that's been more blessed within service of the Realtor Association than me. You are now identified as officers of the association dedicated to the best interests and the private property rights and the owners to own the piece of the American dream, and as the welfare of your members. You'll be in the position to have influence upon others, to elevate the standards and real estate business throughout the state and your profession. I want to reiterate to be kind. Voice your opinions in your board meeting, but after you vote, you walk out as one voice. You win as a team and you lose as a team. And it's a lot more to be fun to be a winner. The secret of living is also the art of giving, and so to you this year comes the privilege of giving, learning for lasting happiness. With your investment of your time and your talents, you will bless the lives of others. Please raise your right arm. Do you solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that you will administer the office to which you have been elected to your best ability and judgment in the conformity and bylaws of the Constitution of the Association? That you will observe and enforce the Realtor Code of Ethics? That you uphold and support the Utah Real Estate License Law? That you'll in all acts be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and in every manner promote and safeguard the best interest of our state, the property owners, and the higher purpose of the association and the welfare of the membership. And if you subscribe, I am looking for a yes. You may lower your right hands, and I did hear everyone say yes. So by the virtue that's been conferred upon me, I congratulate you all. Please stand and acknowledge your directors. So there's a lot of things I could say and embarrass about Dave. It all makes me wonder sometimes why God blesses someone with so much good looks and so much hair and fitness, and then some of us with so little. I'm just so little and he's so much. I love this guy because why? Because he cares and he works hard. And the most thankless job that volunteer leader is a local board president. You local board presidents, you could acknowledge that. The second most thankless job is that of a spouse or significant other. So please tell Christy thank you. She has no idea what she's gotten herself into. So you ready to do this?
I suppose I don't have a choice, right?
Oh, you always have a choice. Always have
I'm
a
ready.
choice.
I'm ready.
Please raise your right arm. Do you solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that you'll administer the office which you've been elected to the best of your ability in conformity with the bylaws, Constitution of our association? That you'll observe and enforce the code of the Utah Real Estate Law? That you'll in all acts, David, be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and that you'll promote the safeguard of the Realtor and your members, who you support and you work for? And if you do, please say yes.
Yes.
You may lower your right hand, and I did hear yes. Y'all, please stand and recognize your 2022 President of the Washington Board of Realtors.
Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it. You're going to be great. Thank you.
It's my pleasure now to pass the gavel on to President Dave Ellis. Dave, congratulations.
Am I supposed to like smack it?
If you'd like, you can. Go for it. There you go.
All right, that's great. That was weird. All right. Dee, thank you so much. I want to just take a couple of minutes and thank, first of all, Dee for the service that he's provided in this last year. Dee has just been such a great leader and has been instrumental in all the changes that we've had this year, and sadly pushing Vardell out and bringing Emily in. So I'd like to thank Dee. We've got a little gift for him.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dee. Appreciate it. It's a huge honor that we have Elizabeth and Kenny here with us. They're huge players in the industry. Elizabeth was past NAR president, And Kenny, of course, is heading that direction, and we're just grateful to have you here, and we have a gift for each of you as well. Let's see, I have an initial on here somewhere. Kenny, this is yours.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Oh, thank you. All right, we got a plaque as well for D, Brother Amick. Sorry. Call him that in jest, but whatever. So we have a plaque with a gavel on it going to our soon-to-be past president, and we appreciate you very much. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks, Dee. All right. I have a few words, and we can go home or go back to work. So my name is David Ellis. I moved here with my wife, who's back in the corner there. Christy, thank you for coming. Thanks for the support. Appreciate that. Thanks for the. So Christy and I moved here in 2002, and we have just loved this community. There's nowhere in the world that we would choose to live other than St. George. And I shortly started doing real estate after moving here. So I've been doing real estate for about 19 years. I see a lot of you guys that I've been friends with for a long time. I started at Coldwell Banker at the very beginning of my career. I see the Coldwell table there, kind of making a strong presence. I moved then to RE/MAX. I was an owner at RE/MAX First Realty for about 10 years. Went on from RE/MAX to Keller Williams, and then to Sotheby's. And I opened my own brokerage about 2 years ago. But at these great brokerages, and outside of these brokerages, of course, as well, I've just made some really great lifelong friends and a lot of people that I respect so much. And it's so nice to see a lot of you guys here today. Our theme for this coming year will be We Rise Together. And what does this mean to me? And I kind of asked myself, why do people move to St. George? They come here for the beauty, the weather, the lifestyle, and really for the community. Our community is amazing, and we do things right. We know how to do things here in St. George. We have a high standard, and we expect a lot from ourselves and from those around us. As our city, as our city fills up with so many new people, we have a responsibility to keep our way of life and our standards high. We want people to rise with us and not lower our standards to accommodate a lesser way of life. As realtors, we are often the first connection that people have with our community. We can have an impact on most of the people that move into the St. George area, and we have a responsibility to represent our city and ourselves in the best way possible. So what do our clients learn about St. George when they work with us? What are we teaching them about St. George and our community? When they work with us, I hope they learn that we put family and community first. I hope they learn that we help our neighbors and we care for people in need. Hopefully they learn that we respect the land and honor our stewardship over this beautiful, beautiful area. I hope they learn that in St. George, we honor our country, we respect the rule of law, we protect our children, and we are friends even in our differences. In the last few years, we've seen big changes in our market. Prices are up, affordability's down big time, and inventory is very low. Businesses, families, and retirees are moving here in large numbers, and as we all know, many people are buying vacation homes. Seems like that's all the calls I get. with all these changes in our industry and in the community, we have new challenges, and these challenges give us an opportunity to improve. So our clients trust us to be experts, right? We need to elevate our service, our marketing, and our expertise. We have a responsibility to be professionals, to continue learning and improving our businesses, to represent our clients with integrity, and always putting their needs above our needs. I also really feel strongly, guys, that we need to elevate the way that we work together. You know, our entire real estate, this whole industry is built upon cooperation. And we work as business partners to bring buyers and sellers together. We all know that, right? And I think we must step it up in terms of how we value each other and the friendships that we have, you know, amongst ourselves, and just always being fair and, you know, working in cooperation with each other. So with all the changes that are happening in our community and in our industry, my hope is that we elevate ourselves in everything we do, and as a real estate community, we will rise together. Thank you, and goodbye.
In case you didn't hear Dave, we are adjourned. Thank you all for coming today, and have a great holiday season, and Merry Christmas.